Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say go so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's a beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shortage, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time with them to go off an eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the pen station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it back. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes are killing her tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
Body me LP,
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together, take your place in my heart. With your beauty I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep tearing in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. If you touch as a breeze at night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes, I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl, beautiful girl. Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look,
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me Aston Kutcher, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing time.
loving up, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Man of Prestige. How are day? I hope you guys can hear me well. If you can hear me well, say one in the chat. Let me know you're watching live. You can hear me loud and clear. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, welcome back. This is Ola. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. We have a big show today. Oh my God. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Welcome back. Let me see who is Chinye. What's going on? You're right on time today. How you did? Hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we do go live, so you can chat with us in the chat. But I appreciate you for being here. It's gonna be an awesome time. We're gonna have a good time. All right. What we do here is we talk about relationships, but we use trendy topics to extract relationship lessons, and we use these topics to extract relationship lessons, particularly from a social seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. I think I'm missing one of those. I think I'm missing one. It's basically self-power, social seduction, attraction, emotional intelligence. I was missing the power part, right? So if you haven't done so yet, if you're not on our waiting list, make sure you get on the waiting list for the brand new book that's coming out. Number One Red Flag. Okay, it's coming out December 30. We're literally 23 days away from launch. We're actually in the pre-launch, and you can actually download this for free immediately. This is our book, our number one book. So this is the second book, Wife and I. Okay, so again, we want to share what we know, our insight about relationships, about marriage. We understand you think there's no manual, but we've spoken to quite a few people. It tends to be kind of like, they're pretty similar. Now, application obviously is different from people to people. All right. Now, what else? Shout out to my sponsors: Mo Fresh, Richie, Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, T Marshall, Mama, Gores Corner, and D Love, of course. Thank you so much. This month our goal is $200. We're already up to $34.90. Okay, up from $28.58 from last time. I want to say special shout out to D. I saw that she dropped a super chat, a super sticker on one of the videos. You can do that. It doesn't have to be live. You can always drop anything for as low as 99 cents. You can sponsor any one of our videos. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you so much. So much. All right. So loveandprestige.com is where you want to go if you want to get access to the books. All right. See, you say I did can't wait. What's up? That's what's up. All right. So we do have quite a few topics to cover today. Without any further ado, we're just going to get right into it. Okay. It's going to be a big show as usual. So let's get to it. I'll be right back.
Beautiful girl, sparkling I find a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Let me go ahead and share my screen. We do have some guests coming up, okay? And let me do some of those announcements before we keep moving here. We do have, we added another guest, actually. We added another guest. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Let me see here. Can you guys see this? Of course you can see it, right? All right, so that's our next guest right there on the December 10th. Okay, that's part of our number one red flag pre-launch series here. On the December 10th, we're going to have Auntie Sade and Pastor Coyote. Okay, they're my uncle and auntie. Yeah, we go way back. So they have some insights to share here They were Japa marriage people, so maybe they can share some tips on how they made it work. I know that they've been in marriage for no less than 25 years, and I know that I've known them for more than 20 years personally. Okay, so I trust those people that they'll be sharing a lot of insights. Okay, and yes, they are professional nurses. Okay, so so that will be a lot of fun. All right, and let's see, what did I do? Okay, who else do we have that's coming up? We do have my uncle, High Chief Oladimeji Abitogun is coming up. We have Brother Ben coming up also on the 16th. On the 11th, that's my uncle. We have Lide and Kenny on the 17th. Don't miss any one of this. Whatever you do, don't miss them. Okay. We have Shion coming up on December 23rd. All right. That's going to be another good session. And of course, we have our very own Auntie B scheduled for December 20th. Okay. I thought she was going to round it up, but it's actually Shion that will round it up. Wednesday, December 20th, Auntie B is going to be here. We're going to be talking about there are actually some red flags that you can watch out for when it comes to DV, so we're going to be talking about that on December 20th. Okay. All right. So don't miss that. No, whatever you do, make sure you don't miss it. All right. All right. Let's. I just wanted to do that really quickly before we get into the show. I'll be right back again.
Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing thing. I find it beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, great. Anybody familiar with? Oh yeah, the headline show today is Bolanle Ninalowo. We'll get to that momentarily. But right now, let's talk about Pastor LAZARUS. Anybody familiar with Pastor FEMI LAZARUS? I want to play this video and then we can talk. Okay, let's just play this video really quickly. This was trending on Instablog Nigeria about 8 hours ago. So let's get into it. Okay.
Your husbands as unto the Lord. I know men like this. Until you see verse 21, that both of you submit to each other in the fear of the Lord. Have you seen that before? Show them verse 21. Let the guys see it. Men, are you in the house? Or they've left the WhatsApp group?
Wait, let's start.
As unto your husbands as unto the Lord. I know
wives, submit unto yourselves unto your husband as unto the Lord, right?
men like this. Until you see verse 21, that both of you submit to each other in the fear of the Lord. Have you seen that before? Show them verse 21. Let the guys see it. Men, are you in the house? Or they've left the WhatsApp group? Are you in the house? Shout a big amen. Now let's read together. 1, 2, 3, go. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. If you submit yourself, you submit your phone. The fact that the wife can't go through the husband's phone already suggests there's an family. How do you say there's trust when you know that the only way the trust exists is that I must not open your phone? And women have told themselves, if you want to have joy, don't open your husband's phone. Wrong teaching.
Welcome, Mo Fresh.
Marry the one whose phone you are free to open. I'm in Ibadan. I have devices at home that my WhatsApp is opened on. So if you chat me up, we are two reading it. And I made it so because it's good for my safety. You can't predict foolishness. It comes like a wind. Have structures that will help you to be sane. So in case you want to be, do you understand what I'm saying? When they say there's something called mid-age crisis, don't say nonsense. I have the Holy Ghost. Put structure plus the Holy Ghost. So call your spouse. In case I become an idiot, report me. The fact that you can't say it means that you plan to become one. There are many men who don't want their spouse to be close to their spiritual parent or their pastor. What are you planning to do? Are you planning to alter? So you two girl that is enjoying the friendship and enjoying everything, and the way you enjoy it is that he's saying all this, he has spoken bad about all his pastors. You are the next. When he's done dealing with the relations that matter in his life, you are the next that will be dealt with. So you see that shawarma you are eating, it will soon become gravel. You don't even know how to spot problem in a man. As long as you enjoy it, you are as bad as the problem, because you are an accomplice. He complains about his pastors, complains about these people. You join him and say all that. Who is the person whose voice can reset your home? No one. I'm a happy bride. Hey, have something to your husbands.
All right, what do you guys think so far? That's the short clip that I saw earlier on. What do you guys think so far about that? Do you agree that submitting? Okay, so submitting, there's no wives here that doesn't like submission. You like the idea of submission. So I haven't met anybody here, you know. But now, the submitting include submitting your phone, submitting your WhatsApp messages to your devices at home. That's what he's talking about. Do you agree to that? At first, it seemed like it was talking to men, but then everybody go collect in this topic right now, because it gets real. It gets real. Hit that like button if you're just coming in. I appreciate you for being here. All right? Do you agree with it? Anyway, his name is FEMI LAZARUS. Anybody familiar with this guy before? He's a pastor. He's a Nigerian pastor. I think I've seen a few of his clips all over the place. Never really paid attention to, but you know, he's talking about marriage now. So generally, I pay attention when I see anything with regards to marriage, relationship, because you never know. I might just learn one or two things. I might learn what to do or what not to do. That is, they're still both learning. So I keep an open mind when I'm seeing any. I don't care where it's coming from, what religion it's coming from. I keep an open mind, because this whole thing we're talking about is a moving target. Okay, it's a moving target, and it's never any one type of absolute in any way. Okay, that's how people fall. Because if it wasn't a moving target, people would have figured this out after so many hundreds of millions of years, right? But clearly we're still trying to figure things out, because this whole thing is a moving target. All right, Chinye say, I agree with transparency, but that can be tricky. Exactly. So I'm going to analyze it word for word now, since we've listened to it. Okay, let's just get through it. Before I get through it, okay, yeah, let's get through it first, and I'll come back to the comments and the actual video on Instablog Nigeria. Let's see. So, wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands as unto the Lord. Most Christians would agree with that. It just makes sense, right?
As unto the Lord. I know men like this. Until you see verse 21, that both of you submit to each other in the fear of the Lord. Have you seen that before? Show them verse 21. Let the guys see it. Men, are you in the house? Or they've left the WhatsApp group?
All right. They've left the WhatsApp group. Babago is speaking slang here. But anyway, you know, I've seen people dissect the verse 21 before and then go ahead to say no, submit unto one another is not like there was specific for women. The bottom line is it really doesn't matter. Okay, if you're going to have any type of structure in anything in life, submission will happen. It's just what it is. Okay, however, submission is backed by value, right? Value, particularly in the eyes of the beholder. So you don't get to say, well, here is value, submit to it. No, they have to kind of see it as value. So sometimes you have to train people in terms of what the value is over generations. Okay, and when you enter another generation and that value don't get watered down, then you have to pay attention to that, and it's just, or else you could just explain tired. Submission is this. Submission means that. You're like, it doesn't matter. All of that, you're stretching. You're stressing yourself. Okay, bottom line is that submission happens when there is value. Okay, it happens. Bottom line, that's just the bottom line. We don't get to decide to submit directly like that. We decide it because we see value. Women naturally submit to a man when they find value in submitting to that man. It's the natural thing they want to do when they feel safe and secure. When they don't feel safe and secure, you go explain tired, right? So that's that to the side. Let's keep going. Hold on 1 second. With the messages being open everywhere, for example, your homie can send you something that is not meant for your wife to see, and your wife might feel offended if she sees the video, and vice versa. Yeah, this is a part of the story we're not talking about yet, right? Yeah, we're gonna get to it. One another involves two people, not one very funny individuals. We will see. Let's continue.
Are you in the house? Shout a big amen. Now let's read together. 1, 2, 3, go. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. If you submit yourself, you submit your phone.
That's why the submission argument is stupid at best. Submission will happen when there's value. Okay.
The fact that the wife can't go through the husband's phone already suggests there's an family.
All right. So, no, it does not suggest that. Okay. It does not suggest that. Let me see what his name is. Maybe I can tell how old this man of God is. Okay. That does not suggest that. Absolutely not. Okay. His church is in. Oh no! Wait. It's an apostle, FEMI Victor Lazarus. Trying to see if I can see some kind of age here. Okay. He looks like a man between his 40s and 50s. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. But he has almost a very similar look to Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo. So no, it doesn't suggest that. But let's keep listening.
How do you say there's trust when you know that the only way the trust exists is that I must not open your phone?
All right. The only way you know that there's trust exists is that I must not open your phone. There's multiple things going on in that statement. That statement is so pregnant, right? I can't go through your phone is different from I won't go through your phone. It's different from I don't feel the need to go through your phone ever. Those are 3 different things. It's not even 2. Those are 3 different things. And we're not going to pretend like they're not different, okay? If somebody run out of the shower because they left their phone, right? They run out of the shower naked with soap on their body, then the issues are actually deeper than the phone, okay? The issues are probably deeper than submission because that could have been the husband who ran out of the shower too, right? Okay, so submission, when it comes to authority, when it comes to structure within the family structure, has nothing to do with submitting a device. Jesus Christ, what is going on here? Right? Imagine watering down submission all the way down to submit a device. It's not making sense so far. Let's keep going.
And women have told themselves, if you want to have joy, don't open your husband's phone. Wrong teaching.
It's not a teaching, okay? If you want to have joy, don't open your husband's phone. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily teach that to women either. If I have to teach that to a woman, the issues are deeper again, right? Don't go to your husband if you want joy. Yeah, that person is probably going to end up going to the phone. Okay, you didn't help them by telling them that. They already feel a need to go to the phone. They will go to that phone. Okay, why? Because there's already issues. Okay, what issues? This lack of trust. Somebody betrayed somebody's trust. So it's not a matter of a decision now. They're gonna go through that phone. It's like a person that already doesn't have a trust. They're talking about DNA tests, and you say, if you trust your wife, don't ask DNA tests. He won't listen. Okay. Listen, that relationship is already messy. Okay, they just didn't know it yet. He needs the answers. Okay, he has this question lingering on his mind. He needs that answer. Okay, if you're trying to say that it will get worse before it gets better, if potentially destroy that relationship, then you're right. But that's what needs to happen, because that person's not gonna have a peace of mind. If the person already feel the urge to go through their husband's phone or their wife's phone, they already have no peace, right? There's violence going on inside, right? And you can't tell them nothing. They're going to go through it anyway. That's not relevant to submission, okay? That's not relevant. I'm also going to guess, it's a wild guess, that a person who feels safe and secure in their relationship, that doesn't have any trust issue, they generally don't have a need to go to somebody's phone. If there's a one-off situation, hey, can I use your phone really quickly? It's really not a big deal either, right? But it doesn't become I have to go through your phone. Why? What's the purpose? Why do you want to go to the phone? Hey, nothing, just to make sure that we have trust. They're not relevant. Okay, they're not relevant. And as much as he's trying to make it not relevant, he's making it more relevant. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, that's what I am seeing here. Let's see. Mo Fresh says, what if your profession involves top level confidentiality? It's tricky. Yeah, there's a ton of what ifs, but let's start with very small what ifs. What if? Let's start with a positive what if. What if I don't feel the need to go to my wife's phone? What if, right? What if she got comfortable and somebody, her sister, sent her something that I wouldn't like? Why is your sister like? Men have enough ego to go around. They can literally say, why is your sister sending you that? This, let's assume the sister is single, and you're like, single women should not be sending stuff like that to a married woman. Now you have problems, right? It could be something like that. It could be that simple. It could be more complex. I don't know. Why? Right? Again, there's the side of things where you get to a place where you're in your 40s, your 50s, you've been married to a person, the same person, for 15 years. Right? And you guys are just like, it's not a big deal. You don't hide it from each other. You've earned it from each other. People can open each other's phone and stuff like that. Right? That's not something that fall out of the skies. Okay? Especially if trust has been betrayed before. Right? There is the trust in a person to open the phone. There's a trust in a person that they won't start digging through everything to the phone and looking for problems when problems don't exist. That's another part of trust that we don't talk about. Right? So, no, sir. We cannot simplify this down to, if you trust, just open the phone. No. What if I don't trust the person from causing trouble every time they see something funny? A joke might be too much of a joke for them. Right? It's more to it. Ola, you're justifying people who know transparency. Yeah, I know. Precisely. But let's talk about the deeper side of things, okay? Let's talk about why don't you trust? Let's talk about where the trust issue is coming from. Let's talk about the fact that if you are showing up as a person who have trust issues, you can't be trusted. That part right there. Can we talk about that? If you are showing up in your marriage as a person that have trust issues, you cannot be trusted. I mean, it's one-way street of trust. Right? I don't know. No, but if you have nothing to hide, you should open your phone. No, my phone is wide open until you start moving mad, and then, Oh, let's talk about the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that I'm cheating on you and I don't want you to go through my phone. Yeah, what if I'm cheating on you? Are you able to leave that relationship now without causing any trouble? Just pack, or tell me to pack. Just tell us, just end it. Can you do that? Is it that simple? It's not. It should be that simple. If it's not that simple, you cannot be trusted. You too cannot be trusted. It is not that simple. Okay? So I don't know if you're getting the memo yet. People's phones, right? The phone, it's like their underwear. Okay? You can do whatever you want with it. Okay? But there's a place, there's a drawer. This is like a drawer. They call it drawers, right? This place where you keep underwears, you keep your wife, you keep your husband. You don't really tend not to mix them together. You don't say, let's just mix it together and just... That's not what you do, right? Why? Should be you are one body. One body in Christ. Mix it together now. Right? Everything is supposed to be together since we're one. Can we add some context to these conversations without making it like... It's actually simple, but not that simple. Not the way he's trying to make it to be, Mofresh says, if you need to check phones, there is baseline trust issues is beyond checking phone. That's my point. And this has nothing to do with submission. The issues are deeper than submission. Because submission is a symptom. For the most part, it is. Okay? Some people, it's a symptom. Okay? It's either that value has been built in that person from generations till now, or that value has been built in them by somebody who did a good job at teaching them right now. But submission is a function of a person who subscribes to the value of submission. It's not something that you just turn up like a switch and turn off. No, it doesn't. If you try to do that directly or indirectly, it will work against you. It's either people feel safe enough to submit or not. Some of us, our paychecks on every other Friday makes us feel safe enough to submit. That's the reality. No matter how much you try to spiritualize this. You know? He made it seem like it's child play. There are different layers to it. Yeah. One body, but you still have your individuality. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to wear my wife's underwear. And she's not trying to wear my boxers either. She can throw my shirt on, right? She can decide to throw one of my hoodies on, right? Generally, I don't throw her clothes on. Why? Is it not the same? It's not the same. Do you listen? You want me to start explaining that right now? Really, you need me to get into why that's not the same? Why I generally don't throw my woman's clothing on, but she might throw my shirt on sometimes. Do we need to explain that?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Alright.
Yeah, let's continue.
Marry the one whose phone you are free to open.
Marry the one whose phone you are free to open. You go wait tired. Okay. My question is that, is he willing to marry all of them since he's willing to?
We go explain because no evidence.
Is he willing to? Since he's willing to leave his phone open, he should be able to marry a couple more people, right? And I'm not shaming or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, marry the one whose phone you're free to open. It's just that the message is lacking a lot context at so many layers.
I'm in Ibadan. I have devices at home that my WhatsApp is opened on. So if you chat me up, we are two reading it.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. On my phone, we have the what you call the Find My Phone. For those of you that have iPhones, you know what I'm talking about. It's on every one of us phones, so she knows where I'm at any point in time. Okay. Okay. But there's some type of vibe that might be going on in a relationship that's already in a very traumatic place, which is a lot of marriages. And you now say, hey, can we add each other to Find My Phone? And the wife goes, why? And you're like, and you're the same guy who also argued that there's no such thing as controlling behavior. See, that conversation is not going to go well for you, right? Do you have the right? Me. I'll never take your right away from you now.
Oh, you're right.
But my wife and I feel safe enough to have that on our phones. We know where anyone is at any point in time, including the children. Right? But have you assessed your situation to make sure that that's what you want to have that conversation? Right? Listen, if you guys are already moving that way, like, babe, I want to know, just for safety, we're going to have Find My Phone. Everything is good, no issues there. You know, there was no conversation that seemed like somebody does not trust another person. See, remember, trust is not just about somebody cheating. Sometimes I can just trust you that you're not, like, there's no other agenda to why you want to have me. If I can't trust you that there are other agendas, to why you want to have me on this phone, right? If I can't trust you with that, that conversation is going to get funky, right? And then the dude will be like, what are you hiding? I'm not hiding nothing, but no, I'm not comfortable with you watching every move I make. She comes in 20 minutes late after work. She normally gets home 5 minutes later. But it's all over your face. You could tell like something is wrong somewhere already. Or vice versa, right? Right? And now you're asking, Find My Phone. Is that conversation going to... See, he's on the stage. He's preaching. The conversation is not a conversation. It's... What is it called? You call it monologue? He's just talking. He's safe for him. And it sounds like it's safe at home for him too. Because he left his WhatsApp open on the device at home, right? Is it safe for you? Is it safe for you? Right? Have you nurtured that relationship to that level where that trust is two-way street? It's just beautiful. Have you done that? Because if you haven't done that, Baba, that conversation is going to get funky. I promise you.
You they use your function to play.
All right. Maybe you will need to hire him as a counselor after the conversation. Because I promise you, it's not going to go that easy.
And I made it so because it's good for my safety. You can't predict foolishness. It comes like a wind. Have structures that will help you to be sane. So in case you want to be... Do you understand what I'm saying? When they say there's something called mid-age crisis, don't say nonsense. I have the Holy Ghost. Put structure plus the...
I agree with him on that. The conversation can go a little bit different, right? I might be like, babe, you have to find my phone on your phone. I just for safety, you know, I'm always out here. I'm traveling all the time. Had me on find my phone just so you know where I'm at any point in time. The conversation is different from, babe, find my phone, you know, so I can know where you are at any time. When you mix that up together with everything else, right? If you feel safe doing it, please go for it. But again, the point here is that, are you coming from a place where you're looking to give, right? Because he made a good point. I just said that with the find my phone thing, right? So it's okay. But again, submit your device. It's not the same thing as submission. It's mixing up too many things. Mixing safety up with submission. With like, now, I might be able to mix it, actually, okay? I might say, hey, if you submit to one another inside of a marriage, it's probably the safest zone you want to be. Like, don't stay in that marriage if you're not going to do that. I can agree with that. I can rock with that, as a matter of fact. Right? But when there are trust issues, a person that's already having trust issues, this conversation is not this simple. And if you have trust issues in your relationship, you need to be well prepared for the conversation needs to be conversation. It needs to be effective communication. If it's just you talking as usual, now like everybody else, you collect. Right?
Sorry, yo.
You ever talk, communication. We're supposed to communicate, but the communication is not communicating. The person is not hearing what you're talking about. They don't feel safe to open up to you. You know? So all this, anything that comes off as manipulative methods to get people to submit to an ideology will always work against romantic relationships. Particularly romantic relationships. Honestly, all relationships, okay? But especially romantic relationships, because emotions not be your mates. Right? You don't feel safe, they don't feel safe. If men don't feel safe, they don't feel safe too. Men need to feel safe too.
Holy Ghost. So call your spouse. In case I become an idiot, report me. The fact that you can't say it means that you plan to become one.
Have you ever been in a position where you don't want to tell your spouse to report you because you don't feel safe with that spouse? And I don't want you to sound like I'm pushing against every word they say. He's right. The point is that there's other things that happen before you get into that space. So maybe I'm just adding context to it. There are other things that has to be in place before you can be acting all entitled with regards to how your spouse moves. You have to be guided with these things.
There are many men who don't want their spouse to be close to their spiritual parents or their pastor. What are you planning to do?
That spiritual parent thing goes further, goes deeper than what he just said. If it's just simply spiritual parents, sure. But just last week, I was having a conversation with a person, right? Spiritual parents cause problems in people's marriages. It might be indirect, but they do, right? They don't wake up and say, we're going to cause trouble in this person's marriage. But some people don't know boundaries when it comes to spiritual parents. Some people actually don't believe there's such a thing as a boundary. That's a spiritual parent. What do you mean boundaries on the spiritual parent? So if that man is like, babe, the conference calls is too much. Can you do it like twice a week instead of 5 days a week in the evening so I can spend some time with you, watch some TV with you? Well, Pastor Pastor wanted me to facilitate the one on Wednesday, on Thursday, and on Saturdays. And the other two is my favorites that I like to attend. Can we have that conversation? So if that man is, of course, usually that man usually don't know how to communicate or pass this message along too, right? If he's like, listen, this conference call every 7 p.m. in the evening is quite a lot, babe. I would like to spend some time with you. He's gonna come off as needy, and you know what happens when a man come off as needy? Everything dries up. Imagine if you had another layer of coming off as you're talking bad about the spiritual parent. Oh yeah, it's gonna be farming. Everything's gonna get dried up. It's gonna get bad. So he's talking about the result. He's not talking about everything that leads on to that position where a man is saying, spiritual prayer, like your spiritual prayer, I get it. The worst case scenario is that this man is evil. He's trying to snatch you away from the church. You're right. That's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is that he truly wants to spend some time with you. He truly is craving for some time with his wife, right? And then it could be anything in between. But no, anybody who is telling you, pushing you away from your spiritual parent is just the devil. Is it that simple? No.
Are you planning to alter? So you two girl that is enjoying the friendship and enjoying everything, and the way you enjoy it is that he's saying all this, he has spoken bad about all his pastors. You are the next. When it's done,
how's the pastor, spiritual parent, Iyale, Iyawo, and the girl is
dealing with the relationship that matter in his life? You are the next that will be dealt with. Say you see that shawarma you are eating, it will become gravel.
Hey, shawarma will become.
You don't
gravel.
even know how to spot problem in a man. As long as you enjoy it, you are as bad as the problem, because you are an accomplice. He complains about his pastors, complains about these people. You join him and say all that. Who is the person whose voice can reset your home? No one. I'm a happy bride. Hey, steps onto your husbands as unto the Lord. I know men like this.
All right.
21, that book.
Yeah. Don't marry a man whose phone you can't open. I'll say this much, okay? If that person seems obsessive about keeping that phone, you can't touch it. If it's coming up, if it's making you feel uncomfortable, it's the uncomfortable part you need to focus on, right? Clearly, it doesn't feel right. That means you've been working on yourself, but there's something iffy about the way this guy is hiding phone. If you don't feel safe, you don't feel safe. You shouldn't move forward anyway, because if you move forward, even if you're wrong and he's right, it will still cause trouble. So don't move forward. You should take some step backwards. Okay, if that's the case, okay. But if you make it about the phone, you're missing out. There's everything else you're missing out on, right? You're probably the red flag in this situation. If that person marry you, is problematic. Okay, I would just be very, very careful about making the device the enemy here. It's about everything else. It's about your discernment. It's about, it's about being self-sufficient. Self-aware, and the phone is 2023. It's not yet 2050. Maybe it will change later. Okay, the phone for now, give your partner the freedom to determine how they want to move when it comes to the phone. Okay, if you need the phone to determine if a person is your future partner, you're not ready. Don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. You will never have peace of mind. Even if they open the phone for you, you will never have peace of mind. That's what I'm saying. Wait, let them open the phone first. Okay, good. But at least you've heard what I said right now. You will still not have peace of mind. Okay? If your spouse is open to the idea of phone open and you're open to the idea, then absolutely, that's beautiful. Absolutely. But don't manipulate another person. The phone, like I said, is like the underwear at this point in time. Okay? All right, there's too much that goes. The phone is a new thing entirely. Nobody should be using the Bible to manipulate you to believe one thing or the other about technology. It's completely new. Much wisdom is required when you're assessing this situation. You need to have specific examples. Okay, when you're talking about anything that wasn't explicitly stated out in the Bible, you need to understand it yourself, right? But you need to understand this. If you're going to pick a partner for the future, Your expectations is a big deal. It's a big part of it's a big piece of the puzzle. Okay? Your expectations. What do you do with your expectations? You manage your expectations and you give your partner the freedom to express their own expectations. That's all you can do with it. Okay? The other information you're looking for, you will find it. Just work on yourself. Your radars will be sharp. You will pick up any BS. You will. Okay? You will. Okay? And you'll be so hot in this marketplace, they call it marketplace, that if you have to leave a situation and go to another one, it won't be long. You'll find the right person. Okay? But if it doesn't feel right, step backwards. Take a step backward. The phones are not going to help you. The oversimplified generalizations are not going to help you. What's going to help you is that your spirit needs to be right. It needs to be right. Okay? And if it's right, any spirit that's not right, that doesn't align, that's not compatible, they can't stay. It just won't be right. Right? It won't be right. And if you find something that's feeling right, you build on top of it. You build on top of it. You focus on giving. Focus on giving. Stop trying to take. Stop yielding to any ideologies that poses as an opportunity for you to take from the other person. You will get drained because obviously you have nothing to give. So you are that close to being drained, okay? And you're probably going to drain another person. That's probably what's going to happen. Okay, at least I put probably. It's not an absolute. Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
Beautiful girl, sparkling night, anytime I find a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Yay! We have D-Love is here. Welcome, D-Love. Welcome. Let's talk about this people, TOLANI BAJ and what's her name? I always forgot her name. Some Moet Bibi, something like Moet Bibi, something like that. I know it's something like that. Okay. Two young girls. They're not that young, but you know, young ladies. Okay, I can say young ladies. They have a podcast that I stumble to their viral clips every now and then, you know. So this was a few days ago. Actually, this is a little bit older now. And let's talk about it. Let's go. Your relationship might not be working because the only thing you bring to the table is all right. Let me see here. Ogbolo is talking. I feel here. Like but these are the ones that I actually want to play. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that. Let's see. Here you go. Aha. What's their name again? Let me see. Hold on. Their name is TOLANI BAJ and one other lady. Okay. So let's just play it.
In the dating pool, we are left with remnants. Yes.
She said she feels like in the dating pool they are left with remnants. Once I hear stuff like that. Once I hear stuff like that,
Stop the cap.
Yeah, stop the cap. In your dating pool, you're left with remnants. In your personal dating pool, you're left with remnants. And that's not to say that you're not experiencing what you're experiencing. That's precisely what I'm saying. You're experiencing what you're experiencing because that's your experiencing. You have to own that experience with your full chest. But to pretend like this is the same for all 500,000 African girls. You know that's cap.
Stop the cap.
All right, so let's talk about your experience. All right, but they were this what's his name? Etim or Etim. I don't know how they pronounce it. I think it's Etim. Etim, Toyosi's husband, the actor guy. He was hanging out with them. Okay, but let's keep going here. Let me play a little bit. Let me make it bigger.
The good ones are already gone.
The good ones are already gone. That's another telltale signs. Okay, they've gone to where? What do you mean? They've gone to where? The good ones have gone to where? Did they gone? What happened? Somebody else attracted them? Somebody else who's qualified attracted them? Well, no, okay. Ola, you said people should not oversimplify, so don't oversimplify. I'm just asking, do you think possibly, maybe that could be one possibility, that the qualified ones have attracted them?
Everything I do, pressure to what?
There's pressure now. There's pressure now. There's pressure now. All right, let me play.
They're gone. We hopped on the train too late.
I disagree with you.
That's what
I disagree with you.
I don't know any good man in Lagos.
Let me tell you something.
On the train list that we
Can I tell you something? There's no such thing. There's no.
I've dated like 7 guys and I thought they were the one.
Wait, did you hear that part? She dated like 7 guys. She said she dated 7 guys. And she thought they were the one. Is it making sense? Is it making sense? It's making better sense now, right? What did I say? Your dating, your own pool is successful. Your own dating pool is successful. You need to own it with your full chest. If you don't own it with your full chest, you're not going to learn from it. You're not going to learn anything. What you're going to be busy doing is pointing fingers at everything else but self. Oh, it's A-team. Okay, it's A-team. Okay. Is that correct? Did I say it right? A-team, right? I think there's Akwa Ibom people, right? A-team. I hope I said it right. Let's keep going.
Like, to the point where even now, if I feel like, the problem even if I feel like they're the one, now in my head, it's like, they're not the one, don't worry. You felt like this. You felt like this 7 times.
See, Baj, the problem cannot be all these 7 guys. Maybe
all 7 of them.
Maybe the problem is you. I mean, if you've got
the fact that you didn't see that coming is another telltale sign. If you say, I dated 7 guys and they're just all remnants, all the good ones are gone, that's a telltale sign. There's something about you. You need a coach. You need help. You do. Okay? You have to pay attention to that. That's where your power is. Your power is not in pointing fingers. Ever. Your power is never going to... Your power is never going to be in pointing fingers. Never. Your power is always going to be in self-reflection. Okay? All these people could be mad. Yes, they could be. But why am I attracting these people? See? Another angle. What is it about me that's attracting these people? Can you at least ask that question? You're a good person. Everything about you is good. I get it. Okay? You were trained well by Pastor LAZARUS. Pastor FEMI LAZARUS. Right? If you can't open their phone, don't marry them. You're a perfect human being. It is what it is, right? But you've attracted 7 men that will not let you open their phone.
Let the poor breathe.
You know, they say success. They say success leaves clues, right? But so does failure, right? Because failure is actually little micro successes, right? Because at least you're collecting data. Can you look at your data and assess it, analyze it, and see what is it about me as an entity is attracting these bad results? You have to look at that. Let's keep going.
Through 7 guys.
No.
The guys cannot be the problem.
No. It's not about the number. It's actually not about the number.
Oh, no. Wait. Oh my God. He's throwing some crazy shots too. He said, I bet you is he said, I bet you it's more than 7. I second that. Now she said it's not about the number. It's not about the number, Bitibao. What do you mean it's not about the number? He just used the number. What was the purpose behind using the number? Okay, the other one used the number, but the second one is saying it's not about the number. You're right.
What do you mean? Me too. I bet. I feel like in the dating pool, we are left with remnants. Yes.
Yes. Like this, simple.
What do you bring to the table?
Ooh, I like that question.
She's the same girl that they asked some few weeks ago, what do you bring to the table? I do think that's a terrible question. So now, like I always say, women will double down if you try to bring stupid questions to the table. But let's just have the conversation. Let's see how she answered the question. I've taught you guys here how to answer that question in the future. Okay? In your own experiences. But, of course, she's going to double down. Most women would double down and make it even worse, right? Because those men that ask those questions deserve that. Because women will multiply everything.
Bring my sweet.
She bring her sweet pussy to the table. That's what she brings to the table.
Nothing but my sweet.
It's amazing.
Very succulent.
That is
if easy, run am. Abiu. If he.
She ain't bored with it. That's what she brings to the table. You see what she brings to the table? You see life?
Easy, runner.
Fantastic. What about you?
I bring that too, definitely.
Period.
But
cap.
Stop the cap.
Cap. All cap. Okay. If you have to say that for yourself, you're capping big time. All right. Clearly, it wasn't that good. It wasn't that sweet. Because I don't know how old these ladies are. Let me see. Maybe I'm too harsh on them. Maybe they're like 22, so they can run their mouth and get away with it. Let me see if I can find something. How old is... Let's see. TOLANI BAJ'S is 30 years old. It's not that sweet, obviously. Because men are... men are mumu. Okay?
You are a mumu man.
If it's that sweet, men will marry that up in no time. So clearly it wasn't that sweet, okay? So it's particularly because you are loud about it, okay? All right. Let me see the other one. I think her name is I forget her name. What's her name? Is it Moet? Somebody help me. Poet, something like that. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. Somebody help me. What's her name? The other lady. What's her name? Moet something, right? Not too far. How you doing? That's the only thing him go chop tire. There are pussies everywhere. Exactly. Like duh. Right? Exactly. Let's see if I can use this method to find her name. Okay. Abibi. I found it. Moet Abibi. Let's see how old she is. She's 34. All right. Cap. If you were 21, 22 and you're running around the internet streets talking about your pussy is sweet, I'll let you get away with that. You're young. You don't know anything. Okay? At 30 and 34, nah, bro, you gotta know a little better than that. Yeah, you need to have a little bit more game than that. Like, it's no wonder. Oh my God.
I bring my brain.
Ha! Whoa, you now made me sound like a mumu.
She said you make me sound like a mumu.
You are a mumu man.
Precisely, exactly. Nene, how far? How you there? Welcome. Please, ladies, don't talk like that. You need a little bit more game than just mouth, as usual. Okay.
How about your brain first?
I leave my brain. I brain.
Genuinely.
To be fair, I didn't listen to the whole context of the show, so just to be fair.
Yeah. Bringing that thing that she said she used to bring to the table.
What thing?
What did they call it again? Sweet. Many a times there's nothing bad if that is what you bring. Even that is even hard to come by.
Thank you so much, Yemo.
No, it's not that hard to come by. You see, No, it's not that hard to come by. Okay, especially if you're a man with game. They're everywhere. Literally, yes, they're everywhere. It's not that hard to come by. What is hard to come by is, I don't want to say that's even hard. Even women, even the brain and the beauty part, is not even hard to come by. Okay, none of it is hard to come by. It's just a matter of what your circle looks like. That's it. You only need a few people in your circle to get everything you need in life. All you have to do is help a few people get what they want, and you get everything you want in life. Literally, that's the formula right there. No, so it's not that hard to come by. Okay? What is even easier to come by is a bunch of people that don't know anything running their mouth on the internet. Maybe I'm one of them. Terrible.
Me, I don't mind if what you bring to the table is this. Bro, this thing, it varies.
Then the conversation should end.
Than each other.
Really? Yes.
Simple. What do you bring to the table?
So there you have it. And that's what Ogbolo is a comedian in Nigeria. And that's what he was responding to. He said, you've been with 7 men and they're all the problem. Sit and ask yourself questions. Sometimes having bad experiences in relationship doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. Sometimes you have a poor choice in picking partners. I think I would argue that 99% of the time, okay, maybe not 99, 98, okay, maybe 97% of the time, okay, it has nothing to do with if you're a good or a bad person. It's not relevant. It's not relevant. There are other people out in this marketplace, okay, going for the same opportunities that you're going for. So there's no way it can be as simple as good or bad person. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So it's actually, I would say, almost all the time, it's not about being a bad person. It's about you're attracting the wrong partners. It's all on you. And that's particularly, we need to say it that way because that's how you engage your power. Everything else, you disengage your power. You become a victim or you perpetuate being a victim. Okay, sometimes you don't know how to date. Sometimes you just don't know what it takes to keep a relationship. And finally, sometimes the only thing you bring to the table is your if you know, you know. All right, so let me see here. Somebody said, one thing I noticed in this generation about the men, they talk too much. That's a fact. Men and women. Okay, men and women talk too much. Okay. And I'm not just talking about on the internet. Even when in real life, when they're talking in persons, in conversations, it's just like, you don't have to say that. Okay. I know some men that have been with a lot of women. So what are they doing wrong? It's not about right and wrong. This is Sandra, which I'm yet. She was on husband material and then Honest Bunch today. So I'm definitely going to be watching that show because I see a lot of the comment people hailing and say it's a good show. I'll go and check it out later. But this is what she's saying. She was married apparently for 4 months and she dated the person for 3 months. She also dated Hubie Franklin. That's some of the things I picked up from the short clip I saw earlier. So I don't expect much from her. But she's saying, I know some men that have been with a lot of women. So what are they doing wrong? Do you know the meaning of dating? You date till you find who you are compatible with. A broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. No. That's another talking point that people tell themselves to make themselves feel better. Okay? Every relationship is a relationship. How you handle every relationship, how you're going to handle other relationships. How you handle relationship or dating is how you're going to handle marriage. Does that mean you don't date multiple people? But it doesn't mean that. But that's not what she said. What she said is that the rest of the men that are left are remnants. That was a conclusive statement. That's what 18 was talking about. That's what he was pushing back against. Okay? Not the fact that they are dating. You're free to date. But when you get to 7 people and you generalize, I am forced to believe that you've dated about 70 people. And this has been your experience. And something about you that keep attracting the same experience over and over. Okay, 7 is the magic perfect number. Obviously, it wasn't 7. Obviously, she hasn't dated only 7 people. But this has been our experience. Okay, with our own mouth, with our own full chest, she said it, and that's the pushback against that. Okay, so it's not about that you're breaking up with people and other dating. The fact that you can date and date and date until you find it out doesn't mean you should do that. You should also focus on quality. What kind of qualities are you bringing to the table? You made me ask that stupid question. Jesus Christ, I can't believe myself. But it goes for men and women. This is not a question you ask on a date. That would be a stupid question on a date. Okay, you should be able to know the qualities before you get on a date. But no, I'm just going to go there and eat so I can get as many dates as possible. Until like, no, you're going to shoot yourself on the legs. Every one of those dates are breakfast. Every breakfast comes with a little bit of trauma. And you jump on the internet and you start talking about these remnants left in Lagos. That's an obvious lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. And the only truth in it is that this has been your experience. Own it with your full chest. And learn from other people that have figured something out. Because they are. Okay? And this is a married person that was divorced giving a terrible advice. Indirect, terrible advice. Okay? I'm curious to see what people are saying in there. So you keep dating till you find the one. Okay. You're feeling guilty. Your name wasn't even mentioned. Hey, voila. Somebody said, LOL, be accountable to yourself and choices sometimes. It's not their fault. If you think someone dating 7 people isn't the problem, but the other 7 person they dated, then don't even know what to say. Then don't even know what to say. Even as a man and you have dated 7 women, but you tell me 7 of them, yeah, it's the same thing across the board. It's not just about men or women. These issues are not about men or women. It's just true across the board. That's a good point right there. Somebody said, I think the only podcast I would want to listen to is that of Ellen Paul and Shafi Bello. So enlightening and inspiring. Wahala. Tolani way no get sense. Jesus Christ. Somebody said T-Baj is unproblematic. It's really poor choice in picking partners. That is a problem. And it's also the problem of a lot of lazy out there. It's skills, it's game. Game. If you lack game, you lack game. Okay? You don't want me to say it's your fault? Okay, it's not your fault, but you lack game. Okay? It is what it is. Alright? Or maybe she gets spirit husband where they scatter the relationship. Well, I see Nigerians who had something to your Gary. Someone says she's big 7. 7 men in 28 years is very fair. But it's not 7. Did they need to tell you it's more than 7 before you know it's more than 7? Like, stop the cap. Jesus Christ. You see that the problem is everywhere.
Stop the cap.
Tolani and embarrassing herself. Jesus. Tolani and Doyin came from the same planet. Oh, I think the other chick was Doyin, right? Yeah. Listen, I don't want to drag these young ladies, but they need game. They need to get on game because they will keep repeating the same results. Okay? If you're a Tolani out there, you cannot keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That is called insanity. You need a coach. You need help. You need to surround yourself with people that are getting it right. There is something. This is the part like, oh, what works for everybody is different. Just do you. No. This is the same thing that's working for a lot of people. And we're seeing the pattern as usual. Okay. He's right. And if you want a different outcome, change your pattern exactly. I want to ask if Beku's the cough. Voila. Honestly, I wonder why they boldly claim they only bring V and beauty to the table as if they date. It's a double down to stupid men that ask those questions on a date. So that question has become a popular, sensationalized thing now. So it's a double down. But ladies, don't do that. Just focus on your game and don't worry about doubling down on men that don't have the skills to take you out on a date properly. And then if you keep attracting such men, you should still look at yourself and say, what is it about me, the way I move, my circle, that keeps attracting men that will ask me, what do you bring to the table on a date? That is something you have to look at yourself and ask yourself. Okay? That's something you have to look at on your own and ask yourself. All right. So I do have. I told you it's gonna be a big show. Told you. I'll be right back. Let's get on to the next story.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Israel. Israel was trending some 2 days ago again. Israel is Davido's aide. Davido's aide. Okay. Davido's boy, according to the ex-wife now. I don't know if they finalized their divorce or I don't know what they're doing, but they're definitely separated. But I'm not following that much. But yeah, Israel and Sheila, they've been dragging themselves for a few days, and there's still a lot of lessons in that, and a lot of people are talking. A lot of people are even taking sides with Israel, which is detrimental to his future. Anybody that's taking sides with any one side is detrimental to their future. Listen to me carefully, what I just said, okay? Anybody who is taking sides with especially Israel, they're not helping him. They don't like him. It's about them, okay? So let's be guided when you're taking sides. Let's talk about the actual relationship lessons in this topic. So basically, Israel came and dragged his ex-wife now, or ex-wife to be, made a bunch of accusations, and we read both sides of it. He looked like a man that had no skills, and he tried to use controlling behavior to get what he wanted out of this young girl, particularly when he started with, oh, she was a virgin. I thought she was a church girl, a winner's girl, chapel girl. Like, no, bro, that's not game, bro. That's where you messed up, right? You got finessed at best. Okay. So let's talk about it. TSOP, I don't even know if it's being filed in court. Divorce takes forever in the Nigeria court system. Yeah. So they're dragging themselves. So I saw this, I don't know if it's a quote, somebody put it together on the internet, and I'm like, oh, interesting. And this is what they said, okay? They compared Israel with Davido's relationship. Israel's relationship with Davido's relationship. And it says, Israel DMW records. These are his records. No domestic abuse. No cheating allegations. No baby mama. Okay, results. Results. Wife packed out of his wife, I guess house, they meant to say house. Wife packed out of his house and divorced him. Okay. We're doing comparison, Oweto. Davido's records. Davido. One of the greatest three out of Nigeria music industry, Afrobeats. Right? Davido records, multiple cheating allegations. At least they said allegations, they're nice. Allegation, right? Number 2, multiple baby mamas. Result, wife is proud of him and supporting him. Lesson, Kilawaribo, what did we learn? What has we learned from this situation? This is how they think everywhere. This is the Indomie generation. This is what it is, okay? What have we learned from this situation? What did we learn if we compare the two? Okay? What did we learn? Hold on one second. Hold on. Let's see. What did we learn from this situation? Here's what we learned. Here's the lessons. Lesson. Hey.
Oh, beauty.
Lesson, women find good men boring. A woman would rather forgive sins of masculinity but punish the good deeds of weakness. Learn or perish. Hey, see, let's see the quarter. See lesson. Wait, you guys don't agree? You don't agree with that? Wait, oh. Marriott, welcome, Mary. Mary said, is emotional abuse and control not DV? Our people need education. Good point. These people are not comparing apples to apples because this guy does not have Davido money or fame. That's another angle. Chinye is pissed off. Chinye is a useless ass comparison. Chinye said, they think it's cut and paste. Yeah. You know, on paper. Right? It makes sense. Right? Even not so much because of this statement right here. Even not so much because of this statement. Let me find it again. Yeah, this statement that D-Love just made. Even on paper, the analysis is terrible. Okay? The analysis is just terrible. Okay? At best, you're trolling. Okay? But I have every reasons. I've been having this conversation now since 2020, 2021. I have every reason to believe that you believe what you just wrote. Whoever put that together. I have every reason to believe that. And that's worse. That's even more terrible. That's most terrible. That someone will actually believe what they just wrote. Right? Oh my God. On paper, if it's terrible on paper, if it doesn't make any sense on paper, guess what it does in real life? It's a joke. It's just a joke at this point. Average men like comparing themselves to very successful men who will get a pass, projecting as usual. LOL, really less the less is in the poto now, right? So they didn't see the controlling abusive behavior of Israel. No. I have every reason to believe that an average, especially young men, especially Indomie generation, will not see it. Yeah, I have every reason because I've been having this conversation for a while, and that's why they will keep collecting. Yep, a lot of these people are gonna end up in McDonald's.
You will end up in McDonald's.
Yeah. So let me just make sure that we see if we can extract some kind of lesson. It's a joke at best, and at worst, which I think it is a lot of people truly they feel this way. A lot of people feel that way, you know. But let's do this. So Israel, Davido Music Worldwide, DMW, no domestic abuse. Okay, all right. So when a person, because I haven't seen him disclaiming or denying that he locked his wife outside of the gate. Did you see that? I haven't seen that. That was one of the accusations she made. That is domestic abuse. Okay, and that's other type of abuse as well. Okay, if that person married you, right, and because they decide to step out and they can't come inside the house, right, and you're using like a lot of the stuff we read on the last show, go watch it, right? All of that can be grouped under domestic abuse. Okay, all right, so that's the one already. So that discombobulated the whole thing. Okay, all right. No cheating allegations, good for him. Shout out to Tyrese and Israel. That's good for you. That's actually a good thing for you. You're not doing another person a favor when you don't cheat. Listen to me carefully. You're not doing another person favor when you don't cheat. Precisely, you don't cheat on yourself. Okay? You don't cheat yourself out of a good life by being sneaky, right? Aha. So, good for him. I'm not even going to take that away from him since we don't have any allegations. And the girl never said anything about he cheated either. Okay? That's telltale signs that he probably just lacked game. Anyway, no baby mamas, good for him. You know, if it's not a cheater, there's a good chance he won't have baby mamas, right? Okay? I'll leave this to your imagination. Imagine Davido locking Israel up in a room with a bunch of all those girls that are always around them, right? And Israel just come out like, Baba, no, me otobe. Hey, exactly. Listen, I believe he never cheated. Just like I believe Tyrese, okay? The domestic abuse is another conversation, all right? Especially since Tyrese is bringing up himself, all by himself. But anyway, Davido records, multiple cheating allegations. At this point, I can't really call it cheating. Like, what's her name? Chioma, according to Auntie Anita, right? Right? She will need to come out and say this man cheated on me. She needs to come out and say this man cheated on me. That's what I can, with my full chest, say that's cheating. Okay? She, like I've always told you, she seems like she's game. She knows what's going on and it doesn't look like it phases her. Right? Why? Maybe they are 1% right. Maybe she feels safe and secure, and you know her future is secure, and she's happy. Maybe she knew what it was. Maybe she knew what time it was. Right? I can't judge that man. I can't. Right? The only thing I can advise him, like I've always done, is like, hey, Baba, you have too much power. Don't come out here and become a Didi 5 years from now, because Didi's empire is crumbling now, even though he had the options. Too much options is not necessarily good for you. Okay? Multiple baby mamas, again, where's the crime? Where's the abuse here? Okay? Yes, if you come off as abusive, that's the one thing we disagree on here, they will leave you. Okay? In fact, I'm advising men to leave situations when they feel abused, because men tend to stay in terrible situations too. When it's not physical in nature, if it's not outright in your face, if it's not a man cheating, a woman cheating on them, if it's not like the fully spelled out one, they stay there and endure nonsense, right? So I'm actually telling, like, if you feel abused in any way, back off. Just, it doesn't have to be a permanent disease. Just back off the situation. Like, allow them to also, you know, like, they're probably mimicking the level of self-respect you have for yourself. Okay? So, result, wife is proud of him and supporting him. This is terrible. Like this, like you just failed. If you put this together, this is terrible comparison. It doesn't make any sense. Even on paper. Because sometimes I give pass, I say, okay, on paper, that makes sense. In real life, this will not make sense. This one on paper, on anything, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so I'll give you one example. If you lock your wife outside of the house because she stepped out to go and do air, and you don't come out and deny it, until you deny it, that will be classified. That one out of, I think there are probably at least 100 of those type of events. Because when you wake up every day and you're moving and you're doing life, a lot of it shows up in different forms, right? If you have that one, that's already destroyed the analysis. I don't know if you should call it analysis or not, right? So, of course, I left a comment here. I said, got it. There are 4 variables to successful marriage, Abi. That's what you think? All right. I'll be here covering all of it.
Sorry.
Yeah. GSA with people everywhere. The young millennials and Gen Zs are very sharp. They know what emotional abuse is and all the psychological terms. It depends on what you mean. It depends. Okay, I have conversations with my teenagers too, and you're right in terms of understanding what it looks like, right? Where there's a disconnect for them, where there's going to be trouble for them, is they might be moving way faster than the social construct, you know. But in terms of understanding where it is compared to older people, you're right in terms of the dictionary meaning, but they haven't been tested in real life. So until they are tested, I'll see how much they understand it, right? And how much they understand human basic needs, a need for connection. A lot of them are doing the individuality thing, and it's not the nature of human beings. Human beings need to connect, you know. So we'll see how that plays out for them as they get older and stuff. But I agree with you in terms of, if I say, hey, you know what controlling behavior is. They know. And there's a 35-year-old man somewhere arguing with his own throat right now that there's no such thing, literally on the internet right now. Right? You'll be shocked. Even 55. Okay, the older they get, generally speaking, the worse it gets in terms of discounting anything emotional. Yeah. He always locked her in the room, not just outside the gate. Real emotional abuse. See. So if you do one of them, you do more of them. I didn't even know that. Okay, that's just how I understand human beings. The way you operate in one way is how you tend to operate across the board, right? So if you will lock somebody outside of the gate, there are probably about 100 other tactics you will use to try to control that person, and it's a telltale sign that you're truly powerless, and it's just a matter of time before you get dumped. It doesn't matter if you're not a cheater. Sorry, it doesn't matter if you walk a straight line and you've never lied a day in your life, or you were trying to fly home to come and save your marriage. It doesn't matter. Okay. If you move this way, you collect.
Sorry.
Yep. Let's see. Somebody said no domestic abuse, but he did lock his wife outside the house. They play. Right? So the bozo that wrote this didn't read where the girl said he was hitting her. I didn't read. Did I read that? I might have read that. You know, I don't recall now her saying hitting her. But it doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. You don't have to hit a person before they start to feel emotionally hit and they can't wait to get away from you. And that makes sense. It makes logical sense. Okay? It just makes logical sense. Them the comment section they defend themselves. So only cheating makes one a bad man. Israel has domestic abuse allegations. The way he talks down on the girl's parent. Exactly. You tell on yourself when you open your mouth and you talk. Right? He was talking down on the parents of this girl, called them all type of wretched, poor, poverty, strict, all kind of stuff. There's nothing he didn't say about this girl's parents. That is him. That has nothing to do with the girl. That has nothing to do with the girl. He has been accused of being controlling. He acts like a dunce, and you think it's cheating that makes him a bad guy. Here we go. Here, Davido cheats, but no, not once have I seen him come online to disrespect any of the ladies. That's a good point. To disrespect any of the ladies or their families. Even the one that he did, which is the Momodu one, right? Sophia, right? He came off a little disrespectful to Dele Momodu, the great Dele Momodu. At one point, the journalist, right? And he's since made amends in that respect, right? So I'm not sure if Davido is holier than thou either in that way, but clearly he has not disrespected any of the women he slept with, because that's what we're talking about, right? Yeah, he's well respected. Who respect Israel here? Good guy, my foot. Here you go. The comment section stays undefeated. Speak for yourself, not for women you don't know. Lobato. The main ending point of this, your storyline, in everything you do as a man, try get money or else you go suffer. That is a stupid point. Okay, money follows value, not the other way around. That's a very stupid and mute point, particularly with the lesson. Like, just get money, everything will be fine. You go collect. The richest men in the world, they're all divorced right now. Go figure. Somebody wait be this. What type of useless analysis is this? Take advice from social media at your own risk. Well, if you see this as advice, you deserve to take it as an advice, okay? You didn't have that money is involved. Well, I mean, lesson says women find good men boring. A woman would rather forgive sins of masculinity. Masculinity is not equivalent to sins. Okay? Masculinity is not equivalent to sin. Masculinity is not mutually exclusive from having sense. Masculinity is not mutually exclusive from social awareness. your social skills, okay? Masculinity is not equivalent to yelling at the top of your lungs thinking that you are being stoic. If anything, you sound stupid, okay? Somebody actually said, increase the volume, Weary. Somebody said, make this person rest, Jerry. And another person said, truth is bitter, you know. Truth is not bitter. You're a liar. You're literally a liar. If you thought what this person just posted there is truth,
Why the fuck you lying?
you're just a liar like the rest of them. Okay? It makes you feel better doesn't mean it's the truth. Just because something makes you feel better does not mean it's the truth. Okay? Or just because it's aligned with 80% of somebody's submissions as truth doesn't mean it's truth. Okay? The poison makes it a lie. Being good is the new mumu. That's false as well. I do talk about Mr. Nice Guy thing, but there's nuances to the conversation, right? And when this young lads take it and run with it, they are stupid at best, okay? And they will collect every single one of them before they learn. There's nothing I tell them that they will hear.
Sorry.
Experience is still going to be their best teacher, okay? I'm just going to be here creating content though, okay? This one hard to defend though. Jesu, wala. See, another one.
Sorry.
All right. Neni. That's an Igbo name, right? Neni, I think so. I think Israel has a very low self-esteem. Yeah, it takes a low self-esteem man to think that yelling at the top of their lungs is what equals to masculinity. That's low self-esteem at best. Okay. This Israel dude might, Stefan, hello. This Israel dude might be the long-term relationship type. A big maybe, not the husband type. No way. It's no way. Long-term, Israel will collect everything. Listen, there will be more than enough girls that will marry him. All of them will dump him unless he changes. Unless he changes his methods. Okay, it's not gonna work. Don't you have to pass through now before you get to long term? You have to pass through now. That's why when people say, "Oh, so you think you figure it out? It's been 16 years you've been married. You figure it out?" Like, no, I don't care. If I figure today out, that's all that matters. When we get to tomorrow, we'll figure it out. Okay? Then here's the thing though. When you're able to figure today out, there's a higher chance you figure tomorrow out. The chances increases. Right? So no. I don't agree with that. I think he takes even though you said maybe, you did say maybe, to be fair. It's not the Israels are the worst. Okay, they're not able to pick up girls in short term. They're also not able to maintain a long-term relationship, right? It's the worst. There's some men that are able to attract a lot of women, but they're not able to keep relationship long-term because they lack game ultimately too, right? No, definitely is maybe not. maybe not. All right, let's get to the main topic of the day. I'll be right back.
I've been missing, I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing, me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Damilola and Damilola Adegbite. My wife's namesake, and because my wife is taking sides with her now because she's a namesake. I wasn't gonna drag her anyway. It's good. It's okay. Everybody has the right to do what they want with their life. They have the right to go through their own journey as they deem fit. But if they're a public figure, we go there here. We go talk about it. We'll talk about it. Okay. So that's Damilola Adegbite and Nino flaunting their newfound relationship. I don't necessarily trust that it's a romantic relationship at this point. I don't trust that right now. Okay, I don't trust that right now because maybe they're just chasing clout, you know. But let's talk about it. I think that's the main topic to be had here. We're gonna have a conversation anyway, okay? Because a lot of people do make the mistake of jumping into another relationship, and honestly, there have been situations where it worked out. I'm not even front, okay? There are situations where it works out well, right? And I'll tell you, in those not one, I won't call it one of. There's a lot of situations where it works out, but I'll tell you why it works out if it does work out, okay? I'm also the type of guy that, you know, if I chop breakfast, I will probably, because I don't have a problem attracting women, I probably will jump back at something, okay? Because it probably will make me feel better, okay? I'm just being honest. Now, I probably won't subscribe to a long term so soon, but it might look like I'm loving up on somebody so soon, publicly. It might just look like it, okay? I'm just being honest with you, okay? But with that being said, I think there's a conversation to be had here, okay? All right, let me see here. I'm trying to see what the caption says, okay? So there's a caption here. The actor Bolanle and Ninalowo'S shares lovely video of himself and his bae. All right. And the reason why we're talking about this is because just about less than 6 months ago, it should be about 4 or 6 months ago, that we covered this this gentleman's story. Here he came out, he announced to the world that his wife of 16 years, they were now separated. Okay, they decided to go their separate ways. Before that, he was doing what he's doing right now. Okay, he was doing what he's doing right now. He was doing it with his wife on the internet. So people really yielded to it. They loved it. They like, people turned them to kind of like, the same. People were disappointed that he came out and announced that, and they kind of felt for him because he also most people fell for it. I didn't fall for it because I'm like, I smell all kind of through his statement. I was like, this guy, he lacked the game to maintain his relationship, and he also has results to back that up from the past. He had been separated from his wife for an extended period of time in between that 16 years as well. Just because he lacked game doesn't mean it's his fault. It's actually faults are not relevant. Okay, they're not relevant. So for about 4 to 6 months ago, he announced that he's separated from his wife, and but now he's flaunting this other actress. Her name is Damilola Adegbite, flaunting her on the internet as some kind of newfound love. There's a possibility they're just chasing clout. Maybe they're trying to sell a movie or something like that. It could be, but we don't know. But I wanted to know, what are your thoughts, and then I'll speak to this. All right, because again, Bolanle Ninalowo'S new romance, maybe, with Damilola Adegbite less than 4 months after marriage split, right? And also, don't forget that Damilola Adegbite also she's a divorcee from, what's the name of the actor? She was married to an actor. Okay, they're actually friends with a close friend that I know here, and they were spending some time in Jersey here for a while before they splitted. I think she has a daughter too, right? If I'm correct, I think she might have a daughter, but I don't remember, Jerry. Anyway, so that's what's going on right now, and I felt like, okay, there's some lessons we can get out of this. How soon is too soon? How soon is too soon to jump back into a relationship after a long-term relationship like the one he had with children, grown children, after it has fallen apart, right? How soon is too soon? Is there some kind of formula to this, right? Like anything else that's worthwhile in life, there is a formula, okay? The formula is not 1 + 1 = 2, obviously. There are X factors, there are Y factors, there are Z factors. Just because there are multiple variables does not mean there's no formula. There are formulas, okay? For those that will say, there's no formula, just do you. You just collect. You just collect anyhow, okay? There are formulas everywhere. How soon is too soon is what we're talking about. In your opinion, Mario says, what a visually aesthetic couple. If it's real, I hope they are happy. I think a lot of people have a soft spot for both of them. people like a lot of people's favorite is Nino, right? A lot of people's favorite is Damilola, right? Damilola is a good-looking girl, right? Lady, I should say. So, so I get it, right? I hope it works out well for them. They will become another relationship goal, right? Right? Dilo say, wait to be this one like this. Dami and Bola. Did I miss a show? That's why I do this show. Maybe I bring. Sometimes I'm surprised that I'm the one that bring it first to you guys, because it's gone viral for like a few days and then. But I'm not that surprised too. A lot of you are professionals. You're busy with life, Stefan said, Nino, fine, die. I am biased. Of course you are. I get it. Dami is a stunner. It's been, 3 to 4 years since her divorce? All right, I guess. I thought it would be more than that. But, so she's not fresh out of marriage. He's fresh. He is fresh, like raw fresh, So, and when a man is fresh, everything else being equal, I actually think it's more dangerous when a man is fresh, If he needs to hang out and do his thing or whatever, do that as long as that's what he's doing. But again, they can show us whatever we want to see on the internet. They are also very aware that this kind of things, will go viral, right? Stefan says maybe just a rebound. That's what they call it, right? Rebound. I'm that guy, okay? If I chop breakfast, I'm doing rebound, okay? But it's not going to be one rebound. There's not one rebound that I will be holding hands in public and now she'll be calling me and say, who was that? I'm like, who was that? What do you mean, who was that? Well, you can't be holding my hands and now, yes, we're not going to do none of that, okay? I'll be a free man for a while, okay? All right? That's how I would do it. Some of you have read my book, so you have an idea. All right, so I'm shaking in my boot for this girl. It's too early for Bolanle to be with anyone. He needs an ego repair first. I think so too. It's dangerous. Dangerous. I think it's dangerous personally. Okay, but I'll talk about some exceptions in a second. Okay. D-Love, I'm not concerned for Dami. Lobato. I'm just worried for her. She comes across a little fragile for this bad boy. This Nino gets a lot of attention. Right? Nino gets a lot of attention. So, can she handle it? All right? Maybe she can. Maybe she's like, let me just get my money. We're going to go viral and get my money. Maybe she is. On that one, even that one self, I've seen this for a while. I'm gonna call cap.
Stop the cap.
I'm gonna call cap on that, okay? These people, no matter how much attention they get, or no matter how much they try to pretend like it's all about money for them, they get caught up in their emotions. They do. At least one of them will get caught up in their emotions. At least one person. Emotions no be your mates. It doesn't matter how much money we're dealing with. Is any one of them as rich as Will Smith? Will Smith got caught up in his emotions and went and slapped the crap out of another man. Are they as rich as Will Smith? Will Smith can be like, they can all make noise on the internet about my wife. I'll just leave it alone. There's a comedian on stage, so I'll just leave it alone and just get our money. We'll sell another book, right? What did that man do? He went on that stage and slapped open hand slap, right? At least one person will get caught up in their emotions. Emotions is not anybody's mate, okay? So I'm calling cap on that. That might be their intention, but somebody's gonna get caught up in their emotions. That's my prediction. Okay, it's just a prediction. I don't know. That's my prediction, though. All right. I'm not judging, but I believe Nino is attempting to make his wife jealous. That's even worse. Right? That's even worse than judging, right? So, never mind what your personal intentions are for posting the comment. Let's talk about Nino. If this is true, which is possible, it's possible that this is true. It's even worse. Okay, and it's worst for him, and it's bad for Dami. Right? If that's the case. But some people do that. Some people are that weak. They need to make another person feel jealous. That's their quick out. It's their quick controlling behavior coming out. There's some people like that. If you do something like that, you collect. All right? It will come to you. Some people do that. I think he really wants her back. If I was a woman, I would not trust him this soon after the breakup. Yeah, it's a bad idea. Completely bad idea. Yul and Judy 2.0 without the polygamy. Wahala. The Ghanaian actor Atuk or something. I forgot his name. Not Atuk. It's a more common name. Damilola Adegbite, and I forgot his name. Dark-skinned brother like that. Can't remember his name. I don't remember. If it is too soon for him, Mario says, yeah. The public stuff, if he just wants, to just have a companionship, want to hang out with a young lad, have fun, whatever, I don't think anything is too soon for that, honestly, okay? They probably started that before the marriage ended. Anyway, but to come out and, yeah. And the issue with this is that even if you have good intentions, this is not a big deal. It's not that deep. There's another human being involved. You can hurt yourself in that process. We'll see how it goes for her. Paula says, I don't think a person can heal from a long-term relationship or marriage in such a short period. You have to take time to heal and reflect so you won't make the same mistake. Just my opinion. Yeah. There are some of us, part of our personality, maybe part of how we are built, there are some, not all of us, right? There's some of us, we just, we need to feel like we still got it. If you chop breakfast like that shoots your self-esteem in the head. Pow, 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 right? Sometimes you need to feel like you still got it, right? But that doesn't have to be anything public. That's what I'm saying, right? It doesn't have to be anything public. And try to mix that up together with this is just fame, let's use it to make money. It becomes more of a dangerous recipe because human emotions mix all together with that. Now you're mixing business and reputation. It's a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. Right? Ice, my G, how far? How you there? Welcome. Ice says, this no matter shocked me. I was in denial, but all good. They're all adults, but why the social media validation? He wants to make her feel jealous, like Paula said. Maybe, right? Our ex remarried an African American. Yes, I remember that story. He remarried an African American, and then that person, some criminal, that person's ex was a criminal. Oh, some weird story like that. Chris Attor, yes. I'm trying to remember that story. You guys can probably bring me up to speed. He remarried an African American, and that person, they might be divorced now. I think they're divorced now already again. And that person's ex was a criminal or something like that. Jesus Christ. It's a lot of drama there. Less than a few months, she was spied at her job. Oh, yeah, she was spied at her job parking lot. Yeah, that's what I remember. Not divorce. That's true. You see, I'm just in real time. I don't really read full comments. That screwed the actor American dream. Oh, so he was trying to get the oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. MOP, Dami's ex was Chris Attor. Yes, I knew his surname was Attor. Okay, that's what it was. That's why you say Atuk. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The lady got deleted. Yeah, that's terrible. Yes, they said it was her ex, but all right. So here's the thing. Let's round it up like this. How soon is too soon to move on? When it comes to relationships and marriages, time has the reality of it. That things that happen in seasons, right? Like I always push back at our Indomie generation ideologies, right? But when it comes to relationships and emotional matters, marriage, anything like that, anything that's purely driven by emotions like that, time is just one variable out of many, many other things, right? So how soon, that will vary. That will depend on case, but I'll tell you what doesn't vary, okay? And what cannot vary, okay? I'll tell you what is true across the board as well, okay? What is true across the board is this, okay? When you jump from one situation to another and you have not self-reflected, okay? If you haven't done that and understand yourself, you are probably going to repeat the same story all over again, okay? And God helps you. And God helps you, okay? When I say repeat the same story, since we can't put number on time, we also can't put number on, but I'll tell you like this, it to be worse. You need to take your time. Precisely why you can't deliberately delay anything. You need to be in a position where you're taking your time. If you put yourself in a position where time has become an element, or you become desperate, remember we're talking about emotional matters, we're talking about romance, we're talking about attraction, okay? You cannot seduce from a place of desperacy. Is that a word? Being desperate. I don't know if desperacy is a word. If you're operating from a place of fear, like you're desperate, you cannot seduce that way, okay? At least you cannot seduce long term, okay? You might have a natural, you attract men, women, whatever, right? Like a Nino. You might not have any problem attracting people. But if for some reason what you want is long-term situation, a long-term sustainable situation, you can't survive it. Because when you're operating from a place of fear and being desperate, you basically try to, again, force time into a box, right? You try to force the concept of time into romance, and you're going to come off as needy. And neediness is not going to work. When we know anything about relationships, particularly romantic relationships, being needy is not going to work. So if the person is not moving as fast as you need, because you remember we're talking about how soon you jump so fast into it, there's a good chance this is how you do things. You're very fast, you make quick decisions, you make impulsive decisions, right? One day, right? When C finish don't enter, you will need that person to catch up. She took about 3-4 years, right, since her divorce, and you didn't see anybody with her. Right now, she's probably feeling good about this situation. Okay, good. But you just jumped into the situation. The idea you're trying to make another person jealous, if that is a thing at all. To see, it doesn't have to be the reality. Sometimes it just has to look that way, because remember, there's another human being involved, right? So if it looks that way, after a while, she's going to be like, well, you want to be with me or you want to hurt your ex? Like, what's this? At some point, she might be enjoying that right now. At some point, she's going to be on the collecting side of this equation. So, you need to be careful with that. Again, if you want to just get out, have some fun, get to know some people, network, there's nothing wrong with that. And we can't put a time limit on that, okay? But time is a real variable in all of this. And in terms of him, right? 4 months, a whole family, 16 years relationship. Even if it's as simple as we're faking it, I just wanted to make her jealous. Like I said earlier, it's worse. It's actually worse. It's actually worse. Yeah. Esther said my take. Esther will miss you. He said my take is Nino posted. Esther is we meet on Instagram. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, okay? And she's also part of our behind the scenes conversations, which you can join at lolaandola.com/WhatsApp. No, WhatsApp. Is it slash WhatsApp? Yeah, something like that. There you go. Slash WhatsApp. You can join the behind the scenes conversation, lolanola.com/WhatsApp right there. All right. So she said, my take is Nino posted his ex-wife days before his post about divorce. Ends people timing. Hey Keeper, good to see you. Miss you. Haven't seen you in a while too. Why put your relationship online for a lady that has been very private? Now all over, automatically living Nino's life. It's not, it's a bad recipe for disaster. Okay, not particular for Nino. Maybe he knows what he's doing. Okay, but for all the online Ninos that may try to replicate this, Baba, you collect.
Sorry,
If anything, you might even set Damilola up for failure, because she's expecting that all of this thing is gonna keep happening. If there's any gap somewhere between that, it doesn't happen the same way that it's been happening, it's gonna be a rude awakening. It's gonna create a shock, right? So I think in general, when we're talking about romance, the point here is that it's not about the timing. I don't know how soon. I don't have an answer for how soon, because for everyone it varies, right? But the work cannot be skipped. Okay. Now, how much work this person needs is different from this person, from this person, from this person, from this person. How much work every individual needs will vary depending on, remember, there's a Y, Z, X factor, right? Variables, right? I don't know what yours are, right? So it will vary, right? But the work must be done. Okay. If too soon means you skip the work, okay, listen to me carefully. If too soon means that you skip the work, you will collect. Okay, you go collect. If too soon means, for whatever reason, somehow you've managed to do the work, then you never know. Maybe they are our next, relationship goals, right? We will rejoice with them, right? Now, in 4 months, I really don't know how, but never say never, right?
Wait.
I don't know. But never say never. That's one of the things I learned a long time ago. Never say never. You never know. It might just work out for them. Okay? If you ask me, I think it's too early to flaunt another public figure. I think that will get messy. Okay? But there are exceptions. Maybe he knows what he's doing. Maybe. Okay? Maybe. But if he skipped the work and he's trying to make another person jealous, he will collect. All right? It's just a reality. And no. This one is not different. This one is true all the way across the board. All the way across the board. Okay? Nino is good within craft. I wonder why he wants social media validation always. You never know how people's pockets are. Maybe he's like, these people get popular, they're making so much money in this social media street. I need some of that. Okay? Yep. Yeah, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate you. Nino shouldn't put any more relationships on social media, because that was one of the reasons. I agree with you, because that was one of the reasons, because I didn't realize it was flaunting it like that on social media. The only thing I saw that I was interested in was the statement he made, which I could read in between the lines, and I could tell that this man right here has a mismanaged ego, right? And it's probably led down to the demise of his marriage, right? Has nothing to do with has nothing to do with the fact that he cheated. I don't think people leave for cheating. People leave. Cheating might be a trigger, all right? Serial cheating can cause people to leave, but for the most part, people don't leave because of cheating. It's just a reality, okay? That doesn't mean people should cheat. What I'm saying is that there's more that goes into why people decide to leave at some point or decide to end the marriage, right? So, but then when we started to have a conversation, you guys helped me to realize that he had been flaunting his marriage all over social media. They did. You see that camera is following them on the mountain somewhere. Well, I'm not going to get into that right now. But let me see here. Not to see you. I'm coming right to you. Exactly. Out there, she's not a saint, but private. Yeah, exactly. Nino likes to show he's openly expressive, but can Dami cope? Yeah, because Dami seems like the only thing she shows, she works out. Because I follow her on Instagram too. She works out, she shows her curves, she shows her body, whatever, but she's barely saying anything. Is she ready for this life? We shall find out. Niger don't believe in therapy, and even if they don't get the lesson, just to satisfy their spouse. Yeah, we shall see. We'll be here covering it, because I have a feeling, I think Chris showed Dami Pepe, so Nino is probably mouthed to her, because Nino is a lover boy, right? I think Chris was that guy, like. He wasn't a lover boy like that. From the first break up, he has always wanted to prove a point, but didn't flaunt another woman. Okay, so he's probably just tired. He go explain tired. This one that he's doing right now is explanation. Okay, and you know what happens.
We go explain because no evidence.
No evidence. He go explain tired. Listen, I have a feeling, not to you there. I have a feeling that Nino is Nino is going to keep bringing content for us to discuss on this platform.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, okay. We're here
That's what he's doing. He needs to cash out on it now. Active roles no they come in again.
Put your mic on the, put your mic on the, put your mouth on the mic properly.
And this social media money, it comes in dollars.
So you think that's what he's after? Money?
I have a strong feeling because this is just too soft.
I appreciate you,
You know what I'm saying?
Good night.
And another thing that men don't realize, especially when you sign up to become a parent, like your total outlook on life changes. Things that you do before, you just feel like, so what is my life? You have to remember that you have kids that are watching you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just like you having a boy and then you turn out to be a wife beater. Someone's going to think it's okay. Do you understand? So if I'm not saying he has to stick to his wife, but if after going through this, maybe he takes time to be by himself, maybe go to therapy, get some healing before he jumps into something else. Like his daughter is watching, his son is watching. You know what I'm saying? You're teaching them accountability, and you're teaching them self-care too. Do you understand? Prioritizing your mental health and other stuff like that.
Right.
Well, but like you used to say, sometimes the marriage ends before we know. The marriage ends before it goes into
long
divorce.
before.
Exactly. But the reason why we will argue and drag this was because a few weeks before he posted the divorce, he was posting him and his wife. So we don't know if that's an old video that he kept posting to make us feel like something is going on, and then all of a sudden he pulled a GZ on us.
Right.
I don't know. But honestly speaking, like you said, that was just sometimes you need to give yourself time.
Yeah. It's for you, it's not for the other person.
Let's just hope it's a movie. Like
it's a movie they're trying to promote, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just say it's a movie.
For me, I don't really care about Bolanle, Nino, and Damilola. I care about all the other Ninos and Damilola out
exactly.
there that would think this is how you do it back. Like, no, you collect.
That's why I was saying that, especially his kids. You know what I'm saying? They're watching.
Yeah.
Is this okay? No.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying that he has to go back to his wife or he can't have somebody else. But the point is, take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's actually the main point. Take care of himself first. Because Damilola comes with a certain amount of energy. The social media rhetoric is going to consume a certain amount of energy. So that's that much energy taken away from taking care of yourself. So, yes, Jerry. Thank you. That's all you wanted to come and say? Because me, I want to round up quick.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. Take care.
Ice. Long time.
Mm-hmm. All right. She may be enjoying it. No, they're definitely enjoying it. Right. The question is is this a healthy thing to do? Right. Nino is good, and the thing still is just proving a point. We shall see. One thing I keep saying: adults are too selfish. Yeah, especially when they get caught up in their emotions. Nino can't be alone, and he will have a queue of women for a very, very long time. He doesn't have to be alone, but he can try to be alone on his page, on his social media pages, and just focus on work. Right? Like I told you, I have the same personality. I will have to push hard against myself not to jump out in the street. God forbid I chop breakfast. I will have to try very, very hard. It's going to be a lot of work for me. Okay, so, but again, let's hope he knows what he's doing. Kids be about those kids will be all right. That's probably the ultimate of what they're thinking, you know. But yes, another great session. I told you, I did tell you it was going to be a big show. So this was a big show. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, okay? And you know, let's make it a great evening, okay? Let's make sure you're notified when I do go live. All right. I'll be back here tomorrow, and I'm dropping a ton of content before then too. So make sure you're paying attention. All right. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Beautiful girl, sparkling night, I find a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.